previously on Nerd Talk.
I kind of consider books I get for video games like the where you make sure you get everything,
Mm-hmm.
like the guides and
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I feel like that's kind of comic booky in that way because sometimes I just like to read them because they're fun.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and have a lot about the story too because they don't just tell you what to do, they tell you a little bit about why this is happening
Yeah.
here and what's happening in the story type of stuff. And they try not to spoil you, I think, but it's they're fun and full of pictures, so it's similar.
Yeah, I like that. The Donkey Kong, one of the I can't remember which ones. I think it was Donkey and Diddy Kong game. Their book, the game book,
Okay.
was had good stories in it and like
Yeah.
jokes and everything. It wasn't just like
Go here
go
and
here, do
collect
this.
this.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I like that.
Yeah, they put a lot into those guys, and
Mm-hmm.
they're not just, oh, let me make
Mm-hmm.
sure I know where everything is. It's also lore about the game and interesting tidbits and knowledge about the game are in those guys too. So they're kind of comic booky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. I think it goes back to like the storytelling. Just like it doesn't have to be a long story. And that's another good thing about comic books. Like if you just pick up a comic book, you can finish it within like probably 5 minutes. But it's great for like work breaks or something, and you're just like, now I just have this like, this fun story that I can think about throughout the day and
Yeah.
imagine myself in it, or again like DC, imagine like the world that's different from mine.
Mm-hmm.
I love that part.
Hey nerds, welcome to Nerd Talk with Silver and Ray, your home for fandoms, where we talk about our favorite topics in TV, movies, gaming, books, comics, and more. I'm Silver.
And I'm Ray.
Great. Today we're talking about Doctor Who.
Yay.
Woohoo! Somebody has a Doctor Who shirt on.
I do. Yay.
Yeah, I don't have any Doctor Who shirts.
Oh, I have many. I should have brought you one.
That's okay. I don't. I like it, but I don't like it at the same time. So, what should we talk about in regards to Doctor Who? What's your favorite Doctor? I guess is the main
um,
question usually.
that one's always like an easy and a hard one because, like, what's your favorite doctor? David Tennant, number 10. Like, everyone's always going to jump to him because he absolutely was amazing, is still amazing.
Alonzi.
Alonzi. But I grew up watching the Fourth Doctor on PBS.
Okay.
So he's my original favorite. So 10 is number one because David Tennant stole everyone's hearts, and then Fourth Doctor, Tom Baker was my first favorite. I like the whimsy of his character. Like the Fourth Doctor plays like a character more, in my opinion. I don't know, the the long coat, the long scarf, like it looks costumey and it's fun, and he eats jelly babies. I don't know.
Okay, what's a jelly baby?
It's like a gummy bear. Like it's not a bear though. It's just like a generic shape.
Okay.
He eats them like in a like plastic bag. You can buy them at Publix.
Sure.
There's like a little section that has like other like in the international aisle. They sell jelly babies. It's
Okay.
the same. It's the same
That's just what
ones.
they call it over yonder,
Yeah.
across the pond.
Yes. I've bought them for cosplay purposes because I was like, well, I've cosplayed the Fourth Doctor. That's the main one I cosplay because again, it's like a costume.
Sure.
And I figured if I'm gonna cosplay him, I gotta walk around with a bag of jelly babies and just like eat them.
Eat
So the easiest
them.
way to do that is to actually have jelly babies. Originally, I was just gonna get gummy bears because you can get those anywhere. But then someone was like, "Yeah, they sell them at Publix," and I looked, and sure enough, they sell jelly babies at
Oh,
Publix.
nice. Are they tasty?
Yeah, they're just sugarier gummy bears,
Mm,
gummies. They
okay.
they are good. I've not had any European treats that I didn't think were great. So yeah,
Sure.
I like them.
Okay.
I don't know about fish fingers and custard. I don't know if you remember that, but I don't know that I can
No.
dip fish fingers into custard.
Ew.
But yeah,
No, not
Matt
no
Smith's
thanks for me.
Matt Smith's first episode, the 11th Doctor, makes Amy make him fish fingers and custard.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Little Amy.
I remember when he met her, but I don't remember him asking her to make him something. Was there bare beans involved?
I think she
Maybe I remember beans.
one of the things he asks her is for that, and he takes one bite. He's like rubbish, and he like throws them in the sink or something, and then finally they settle on fish fingers and custard, and
I
it's like
gotcha.
I'm like, okay, the beans look better than that.
My favorite doctor is number 9 because he was my first, and I'm loyal. No hate
That's
on
funny.
David Tennant or Matt Smith, but I like some Chris Eccleston. um, I liked when he said fantastic, and I liked him in Rose's
Mhm,
Bond, and I just liked him as a doctor,
mhm.
and I was devastated when
I know we
when
did
he
not get enough
when
of
it
him.
changed, and I was like, what are you talking about? And like every time it changed, it took me like years to come back and be like, all right, let me try the next
I
one.
agree with you on that 100%. I don't like to watch the regeneration episodes. I'll sit like it'll the new series will have aired. We're like episodes into the new Doctor, and
Hmm.
I cannot get past. Like I don't want to say goodbye. Like it took me for Peter Capaldi. It he's the 12th Doctor. It took me forever to watch his regeneration episode because I at this point I'm like I've gone through it so many times.
Yes.
Like I can't. I hate saying goodbye. Even Matt Smith, that I was like he's my least favorite. I didn't want to watch his regeneration episode. Of course I did, and of course I'm sad. And I'm like, "Ugh, I can't. But
Yes, no hate to Matt Smith, but he's my least
he's my
favorite.
least favorite
Not to
too.
say he's not great,
Yeah.
but yeah, David's second for sure,
Mhm.
and then Matt, but I haven't seen any other ones.
Yeah. 13th Doctor Jodie. I loved her. And the new, I'm not even going to attempt to say the actor's name for the new Doctor. He has a very unique name, as he
Hmm.
is a very unique soul. But him as a person, forget him as a doctor.
Yeah.
Like just him as a person, adore him. He's gorgeous. Like
Okay.
he rivals David Tennant in gorgeous, and that says a lot. And he's so fun, like just his energy. I could watch him in any. I wish I don't. I'm not even gonna attempt the name. It's really. I struggle with saying names correctly because I don't ever want to say someone's name wrong, so I'm just not gonna say it at all.
Sure.
But he is so good, and I feel like I don't like I'm behind a whole season because, like I said, I just want to binge it. We're getting there because I know we keep saying gotta watch Doctor Who, gotta take 2 days and just watch Doctor Who, but who has 2 days to just watch television anymore? I don't know, like no one does.
I'm sure somebody
I,
does.
I need that schedule. Write me in for 2 days of Doctor Who and I'm good.
Yeah. All right. So then what's your favorite episode?
Controversial, but Blink. It's a David Tennant episode. It's the introduction, I believe, to the Weeping Angels.
Hmm.
That whole episode, just everything about it, even though David Tennant's hardly in it, because it's
Right.
like
I was
his,
like him and Martha, or
yeah,
they're not really in
they're not,
it.
yeah, every season there's one episode where they're not really in it.
Hmm.
I thought I wasn't gonna like it for that reason, but such a good episode. Like
Hmm.
that's actually one of the shirts that I almost worked when he's like, "I'm gonna put that bit on a t-shirt." I'm like, yes, the angels take the call box.
Sure.
Um, but yeah, that one's really good. And then maybe I just like the Weeping Angels because even though I don't like Matt Smith, I no, I shouldn't say that. Even though I don't like Matt Smith's seasons that much, The Angels Take Manhattan is a phenomenal episode too. So maybe I just like the Angels. I don't know.
Yes. And there's one down the street from your house, right?
So I've counted. There's like 12 angels in that house, but just like in
How
Blink.
can you see all of this?
So
Don't they have a,
it's
wall?
so for content, there is a big mansion up the street from where I live because I live in Windermere and there's a bunch of mansions. But the owner of Westgate, his wife has a big house, and in her backyard, she has visible from the road when you're driving. There's three clear angels that you can see
I've never seen them, so I don't
most of the time because sometimes you can't see them.
because
And
they
then
move.
I swear they do. And then another batch of them where they look like they're congregating and talking or like in the bushes at the end of the property.
Mm-hmm.
And just throughout, if you're driving slow, if there's no one behind you, you can see it. One time I parked and I walked a little bit. It is private property, so I stayed on the public side of it. I'm not gonna trespass.
Right.
I'm not crazy like that.
Sure, you didn't trespass.
I did not. I was on the public road, on the public sidewalk, and I just walked past a little bit. There's not really like a place to park nearby, so my car was just kind of on the side of the road in the middle, so it wasn't like blocking traffic. So I only went like a few yards just to confirm that there was like a group of them that I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did do that one day. And I lived, see?
And now they're after you.
They know that I know that they're there.
Listen, if you end up in the past, just make sure to invest, put it in my name. Send me a letter via Western Union,
Yes.
like Doc Brown or something.
Yes.
And let me know you invested in this and this and this for you.
Yes. Ray disappears how she were looking for them angels. Yes. Even my neighbor, when I went to go do it, she's like, don't go look for the angels. And I'm like, I have to see them.
Wow.
So yes, I guess I just like the angels.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do like the Angels Take Manhattan. I'm not always a fan of stuff happening in New York because I'm like, I don't want to step outside and be afraid now. Listen, I had to be afraid of King Kong. I had to be afraid of any superhero stuff, like Marvel stuff always happening. Every disaster always happens in New York, so I don't need angels too.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't go to that part of Central Park when we went last month because I know my group were like, nope, he does not like the angels. He doesn't like want to go out look for them either. So yeah, that's my favorite episode. Angels Take Manhattan's a close second.
Okay. I don't know that I have any favorite ones. My season with the Ninth Doctor is my favorite season, but I don't want to see the episodes where he leaves. But I do have a couple least favorite, but one that I liked a lot for, because it relates to Harry Potter, and then one that I liked a lot, but I hated.
Which one? Do you know?
I don't know the name of them, but the one that I like that relates to Harry Potter, well, that I don't like, is the one where you reminded me of it because you're talking about ones they're barely in.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a David Tennant one too. But where Moaning Myrtle is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like they're like hunting down the doctor or whatever because he kept seeing the doctor all the time and it's throughout his life or whatever. And then the alien or whoever convinces them that they're bad or whatever, that the doctor's bad and they need to find him and hunt him down. But really, he just wants to suck everybody up into his.
And that's your least favorite?
That's one I don't really like, but I like it because Moaning Myrtle's in it.
So, speaking for the fandom, if I may, everybody hates that episode.
Yeah, I don't like that episode, but I like it because of Moaning Myrtle.
Yeah, if I'm honest, in rewatches, I have skipped it. That's how much I hate it. But I do like that she's in it. And like her voice is different, and I recognized her immediately when I saw that episode. I was like, I don't know Harry Potter, but I know who that is. But yeah, she's the best part of that episode.
Yeah,
so she's the best part.
Yeah, so that one, and then the other one I dislike the most because I think it's the most scary to me, besides the Weeping Angel ones. But they don't do anything to you. They just get rid of you. Yeah, they put you in the past and you're suffering and they feed on or whatever. It's also David Tennant one, and I think it's one with Martha still or something. No, I think Donna. It was during the Donna time, and they were on some alien planet, and he takes a trip across the desert or whatever, and like this thing is mimicking him, and but they don't resolve it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, they killed the thing, I guess, because the lady sacrificed herself to get rid of it. But that whole episode, I was mad because weren't listening to him, and then like the thing was taken over. Like, and then I was like, well, what's would have happened if they didn't kill her?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what would have happened if he would have just been copying her the rest of his life, or what.
Hmm.
I don't know. So I don't like that one out of the creep factor.
Yeah, I don't know so much that it's an episode that I don't like, other than the one we already mentioned, but the topic, and I feel like you don't like this topic either, where Amy doesn't really get to raise River,
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a bummer.
and the whole Ganger thing, and how they switched her, and like that whole storyline is just so unfortunate. Like, just as a mom, like, oh my gosh, can you imagine? And sure, she gets to raise her. They put it in as like River was there with her the whole time when they were kids,
Hmm.
but that's not the same.
Right.
Not in no world, and that does always bother me. Um, and I feel like Amy and Rory are just kind of okay with it.
I feel like they're the companions who suffer the most
Yeah,
out of all of them.
yeah.
So I always felt bad for everything they had to go through, which is another reason I don't like the Matt Smith
Hmm.
storylines, because I'm like, they're just suffering. I would have quit a long time ago. I'm like, I don't want to hang out with you
I know.
anymore.
Even the dad, Rory's dad, mentions it to him once. Kind of like, what are you doing to them? They come back, they look older, they don't seem the same. I was like, they're going through
They're
it.
going through
They're
it. Like
going
they're
through
spending
it.
thousands of years
Hmm. Poor
in
Rory,
places. You're right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rory had, I feel like he definitely goes through it the most.
Yeah.
Um, but no, another episode that I do love, and I'm surprised it's not one you like more, because Giles from Buffy
Oh
is in it. I want to say it's Homecoming. Sydney, if you're watching this, I know it's your favorite episode, and I can't remember the name, but
yeah.
Sarah Jane Smith is in that one,
Yeah.
and K9 is in that one.
Yeah, but I don't have
Oh,
any connection to Sarah
oh,
Jane. I know she's a previous
I
companion,
love
but
her.
and I like her a lot,
Mhm.
but it didn't, there's no nostalgia or anything to it for me. And I do love Giles, but he was evil, and I was
He
like,
was bad. But you know what? Like, I think that's actually something I liked about that episode, because we see, like, growing up with Buffy, we see Giles as like the actor, at least, as the good guy, because
yeah,
he's definitely the good guy. He's like the teacher that he teaches Buffy.
he's a watcher,
He and then he's still a
like the
teacher in
father
this.
figure.
Yeah, but he's evil.
Yeah.
So it's like a flip. You're like, you go into the episode, and if you know ahead of time that he's in it, you're like, cool, this is an actor whose work I love. And then you're like, oh, he's bad. And I actually really like it, because I think he does
I mean, he
both.
does a great job
Yeah,
on
he
it,
does.
but yeah, I didn't like that episode.
That episode, I always every time I watch it, I want fish and chips. Just the way Billy Pepper says chips in that episode, just
Yeah,
like with her accent and everything.
yeah.
I I'm like, I want
They're
it.
just fries.
And but that's not in that episode. There's special chips in that episode. But I want those exact ones. Like, I want
Okay.
to go.
With the brain altering stuff.
Yes, I want to eat stuff that's bad for me and get smart. That's what I want. So yeah, that episode's another really good one. I made a canine. I watched that episode, and I made a canine like that day.
Sure.
It was like out of cardboard, and it was he didn't even last long. I think I managed to take him to like one convention.
Hmm.
But I was like, I didn't care. I put them together so fast. I was like, I need a canine. And mine was green. I wasn't the one in the episode, I think, was like a bluish gray, and I made one that was just green. I just threw one together for me. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't have that canine anymore.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. He didn't last. But
I'm sure one day you can make a new one and it'll
yeah,
be bigger and better.
yeah. Well, now with 3D printing, I feel like there's nothing you can't make anymore.
Yeah.
That was way before 3D printing for me, at least.
Yeah. And those things are getting cheaper too, so probably lots more people have them.
Mhm. So, what was the last season you saw then, if you're not?
The Matt Smith one.
Wow.
I didn't even see, yeah, I didn't see him transform into that guy. I just saw previews. Sorry. I just saw previews of him, who he's gonna be, and I was like, no.
He's from that guy. It's from another great Doctor Who episode.
Yeah, he was in another
In
episode too.
the Pompeii
The
one.
Pompeii one, yes.
Mhm.
And I was like, hey, it's the doctor.
Yeah.
Anytime I watch people react to it, because I do watch people react to up to David Tennant pretty much. I don't watch,
Mhm.
because I can't watch Amy and them suffer. But I watch through David Tennant ones. Usually I watch people react, and yeah, every time I see that Pompeii one, I'm like, hey, it's him.
You know, Amy's in that episode too, right?
No.
Yeah. You know, like there's those girls in the red cloaks.
Okay.
The,
She's one of them.
she's one of the girls in the red cloaks. Yeah.
I mean, there's only so many British actors.
Well, it's like that joke that I don't know where I heard it from, but it's like uh BCC has 3 actors, 4 shirts, and 2 studios or
Yeah.
something. Because there's like there's an episode of Old Who and Star Wars. They
Mhm.
share a costume. That yeah, it's like a really obscure like
Okay.
like they're background characters in both senses, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But it's very clearly the same thing. And you know, original Star Wars was all filmed in the UK.
Hmm.
And then yeah, you watch any British show and you're like, of course, like how many Doctor Who people are going to
How
be
many
on
Harry Potter
here?
people?
How many Harry Potter people? And it's always a bonus when it's both, you know,
Right.
like, oh, there's a Harry Potter person and a doctor in this. That one show, oh my God, with the bear. It's a movie. God, how can I not? I
Is
always
it a show or a movie?
It's a movie. Uh, with the bear, he has a little raincoat and the hat.
Paddington.
Paddington. Yes. In that one, Peter Capaldi's in that one. He's the
Mm.
neighbor, so it's like a bonus because the doctor's in this
You
one.
got 10 points because you have the doctor.
Yeah. And I mean, Paddington's adorable. I'm not like a huge Paddington fan, but I mean that movie's wholesome, so it's great.
Yeah, maybe I saw the first one. You know, back in the day, I used to go to 3 movies every week on Tuesdays because it was the cheap day.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't sneak into movies. I pay for all of them. And so probably one of those one I saw one time, during that era. Now I haven't been to the movies since which movie? I'm thinking Color Purple was the last one I saw.
Wow. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, I can't go a single episode without mentioning Pedro Pascal. I actually think the whole last episode we didn't mention Pedro Pascal once.
Yep, no, we didn't.
Oh man.
Sorry.
So if Pedro Pascal's in a movie, you know, I gotta go see it. Is
Okay.
this something I like? No, I don't care. Pedro Pascal. How
Pedro's
did we
in it.
do a whole episode about comic books and not mention Pedro Pascal? He's in Fantastic Four.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
I
Is
love
that
you,
out
Pedro.
yet, the one he's in?
Yeah, all his movies are out. I think all his latest stuff is out now, other than The Mandalorian that comes out next year.
Yeah, unfortunately, Pedro didn't have a long-standing role in anything I watched when I was young, so I didn't gravitate to the let me keep up with everything you do for him. So, and then, you know, in Game of Thrones, I was PO'd about it, and I was like, you fool.
Yeah, I only watched Game of Thrones his stuff anyway.
Yeah, and you saw how foolish he was. And, you know, not him, the character.
Yeah,
But still, I was like, no, boo. You know, and I saw Last of Us, of course, the first season only. But
I watched the first 2 episodes to support him, and then I was too scared of the clickers, and I stopped. But I still love you, Pedro.
yes, he missed out on my nostalgia phase of I'm gonna watch everything you do from the rest of my life. So unfortunate for him.
I actually think Doctor Who is one of the only shows that I've like really that has new episodes that I've kept up on.
Hmm.
Because a lot of shows, even other things, I've just stopped watching because I don't watch TV anymore. I just read all the time. So
Yeah, I don't watch a ton of TV either, and I have that I'm not watching anything new
yeah,
thing, so I definitely
because
don't.
you were ruined.
Yeah, I was like, no,
Sorry.
ever since Forever and Timeless, I'm like, I can't trust networks.
I know it does. Doctor Who does scare me from time to time because they'll have these long hiatus. Like you'll get a Christmas episode and then it'll be 6 months again before you get another episode. And that's why I'm like, if I'm already going to be waiting this long in between, I'm just going to wait for a big chunk of episodes to drop.
Sure.
Because,
Might as well, since you're used to waiting.
yeah, I'm used to waiting anyway. And that way, if it's like, if there's a convention coming up and one of the actors is going to be there,
Mm-hmm.
I do like to refresh myself. Like, be like, oh, I'm gonna meet so and so. I'm
So
gonna
and so and
watch
so.
some of their episodes just to have the nostalgia, like you say,
Yeah.
fresh. But there hasn't really been any Doctor Who people. Matt Smith was here for MegaCon, I think, this year. But I
Probably had
didn't.
a House of Dragon people there.
So yeah, it was Doctor Who. He was there, of course, as Matt Smith. He's Doctor Who, but it was more House of Dragon that he was there for. And they have this new system now in conventions where they keep like the big names
Mm-hmm.
hidden behind their fancy little curtains. Um, I don't necessarily like that. I just like to see someone. Like
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need a photo or an autograph. I just want to be like, look,
Yeah,
that
well,
person's on the
videos
show.
and photos are very
I
rampant
know.
now because of YouTube and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, that's why I feel like I think I told you Tom, I guess is his name from Smallville, the
Mhm.
first time he was at MegaCon, he had his back to everyone. And I don't like him already, but I was like, that's so weird. I understand you don't want people to record you for free, but maybe just have like more workers there, like policing it politely. I don't know. It's just
or just get over it.
yeah,
If people can pay you, they'll pay you. And if they can't, and they weren't going to anyway.
yeah. Because I mean, I've from Doctor Who, I've met a bunch of them. We met Alex Kingston. She's River. Love her. She's hilarious. We have an Optimus Prime costume, but we doll it up to be Optimus Time, so it's Optimus as the TARDIS.
Mhm.
And she was so impressed. Well, I met her and Amy at the same time. This was like just after she had done Guardian, so her hair wasn't fully back. Like she had just her hair started growing back, so it was really short. I thought I wasn't gonna like her hair short. She's so beautiful.
She's cute in any
It
way.
doesn't matter. She looked great. Um, and so we saw them, and she did like uh, Karen. She was just kind of like, what? Like, what is this? She was like, she didn't know what to say. And then Alex was like, psst. She's like, hold on, let me take the wheel. She was so hilarious. And we have a giant sonic it's screwdriver
Hmm.
for like Optimus to hold.
Sure.
And she took, I guess it's not really PG, but she took his Sonic.
Mm.
That's
Yes,
all I gotta say.
yes, we know where you're
That's
going
all I
with
gotta say. And she
it.
was just making jokes and she was just being so funny. Um, I almost wish we could have seen her again as us, like not in our costumes and
Yeah.
stuff, just because.
So you can start your friendship like you do with Dean.
Well, I mean, Dean Cain is just someone I've seen so many times. But no,
Like
yeah,
we're friends now. Call me when you're in town.
yes. Um, I always do know when he's in town now. That's so funny. But yeah, I she was staying at the Rosa and Alex was when she was leaving, and we were getting our valet car, and she was getting her valet car at the same time.
Hmm.
Um, and it just felt so weird because we're both politely standing there, and she's just reading something, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm sitting next to Alex, and she's getting her car at the same time.
Yeah.
Uh, and then when she got in her car, she's like, "Bye, Alex," and she's like, "Bye, love." And she got in the car. I was like, so that made my whole day. And I like the fact that we both valeted in the same spot and
Nice.
stayed in the same hotel. But yeah, so all the Doctor Who people I've met have been great. Met David Tennant. He was amazing. I've been wanting to meet Chris, like the Ninth Doctor, but every time he's scheduled to come to Florida, he cancels or something
Mm.
happens or he has other work. So every time I've been excited to meet him, he's not there. And I'm like, and then we actually didn't even meet Matt Smith. Like we didn't make an effort. We were like,
Shame.
I know, but
Shame, Doctor Who fan.
I
Shame.
know we really thought about it, but it was kind of like there was so many people there that year, and I was like, he's one of my least favorite doctors, and I was like, maybe if there was like I don't, we just didn't do it. We wind up not doing it. And actually, I think it was also canceled because they were so busy.
Mm.
So I do think we actually had a ticket to do the photo op,
Okay.
but the House of Dragon thing was so busy that the Doctor Who stuff wound up getting canceled on the day we were going to do it. So that's actually what happened. We didn't. They asked us if we wanted to reschedule, but maybe because we're dorks, but no, it's because we're nerds.
Yes, nerd.
we didn't want to meet him on a date where we didn't have the costume that we wanted to meet him in, because I didn't want to be like in a full Star Wars costume, which he's never been in.
Yeah.
To meet him, and I can't just leave my costumes around to go take a picture. So we wind up just saying, fine, forget it, and
Forget
we
about
didn't
it.
meet him, but. And then the panel filled up super fast. Even with VIP, it just the VIP section's only so big. They sell more VIP tickets and they have areas for those panels.
Yeah.
So we wind up not even doing the panel for him. And like I said, since he was hiding behind his little curtain the whole time, we didn't see him. Plus, Dean Cain was there, and I guess I was distracted. But...
Yes, of course. Yes, the only celebrity I want to be friends with is Amber Benson.
I tell you, she's amazing. She made me cry in a good way.
Well, you crazy.
Yeah, but it wasn't even for me that she made me cry. I was already crying before I got up to her because she was singing for the person in line in front of me. And I'm like, I was like, could you stop being so cool? Because I can't handle it right now.
Yeah.
And so by the time I got to her, I was crying. Then I told her your story, my story. And then I started crying again. And she started crying. And I was like, this is not going well.
No, you made her cry.
Technically, you made her cry.
I didn't do anything. You're going around telling people things.
I was just telling her the truth. It was not a lie. And everyone thinks your story of survival is amazing.
Thanks.
And yeah, she cried and I walked up to her already crying, and she was kind of emotional from singing for the first girl. So it was just one of those. She needed one of those moments in between. But because her line was so long, she couldn't. She had the longest line. She had a line longer than Booth or David Boreanaz. Her line was like through her whole line and then some. David's line was empty.
Because everyone loves her.
Yep, I'm like, she was technically just a small character in Buffy, but her line was super long. Yeah, no, she was. I mean, compared to
she's essential, Angel, as Willow would say.
Yeah, she was. Her line was so long.
Anyway, on tangent here. We have finished that section, so let's go on to our news, fan trivia, games, whatever. Do I have any questions about Doctor Who? If you could time travel, where are you going?
Oh, ancient Egypt.
Ancient Egypt? You probably blend in there.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. I don't care. That's where I want to go.
You like, whatever.
I gotta go there. Any time too. Like, it doesn't matter what time. I just want to see what.
Not during the plagues.
Okay, so not during the plagues. I already survived one of those in real life. I don't need to go back to the old ones where we didn't have medicine. But no, like, I really just, if I had a TARDIS, or a time machine, I would want to see what the pyramids look like when they were like new.
Yeah, I'm sure they were beautiful.
And see what, like, not just like the normal stuff, like the touristy stuff. Like, I'd want to see like what their houses really look like, not just the pharaohs, but like the normal people, like the peasants, the me types.
For sure, you definitely would want to be like an archaeologist if you could travel back in time and see what it was actually. And I'm sure nobody would believe you in the future, but you'd be like, this is what it was. And you're like, nah, what's your proof? I went back and I looked.
And I know maybe it's just a personal thing, but I would want to go back to like the 80s and buy all the Transformer toys then.
Okay.
Listen.
For yourself or for your husband?
Okay, but I mean, in general, sure, I would give them to him, but it's so hard, like, to find these toys now, you know?
Nobody saved any. No, there's not a bunch of people who collected and kept them pristine
And then the people who did, you know, they
are
charge
not
so
selling them.
much,
They're like, they're mine.
or they charge so much for them now, and it's like, you know, that toy was like $5 in 1986,
Of
you
course
know?
it was.
So like that would be something. And then I would also want to go back, even though I was there and I experienced it, I would want to go back to Disney in like the 80s
Mm,
and 90s with like a good camera, because
sure.
I didn't have I had like we had disposables, and even that was like my mom bought like one roll of film and she's like, that's it, that's for the whole vacation. I'm like, you know me, I take like 10,000 photos in a day. So
Yeah, it would be cool to see the opening and see,
mhm,
when they had the smells coming up and all that stuff.
yeah,
They were real deep in it.
I would like to see that and go back with a good camera and be able to document like growing up there, because Disney back in the 80s and 90s was so different than it is now.
Yeah.
So I would love that.
Sure. Do I have anything historical that I want to see? Probably maybe ancient Rome stuff would
Mm.
be cool to see, and all the Greek stuff and all that. Europe is super old stuff going on over there. But specifically, not really. I would be interested to see from like an adult perspective, like the 80s and the 90s would be interesting.
True. And having like adult money
Yeah.
to do stuff that we couldn't do back then.
And hey, we're in the 80s and 90s, might as well invest, is all I'm saying.
Hey,
And put it in my name.
hmm, yeah, like in Age of Madeline when she invests in Xerox.
Yeah.
Yes, I think of that a lot too.
I'm just saying, you have a time machine, you have to make yourself rich later. I don't know why you wouldn't. But definitely, I would prefer to go to the future, uh, even though they say it's not possible or whatever. But I think I would want to go to the future, see what happens in the future, and probably to a time that I would make it to in life.
Hmm.
Maybe cyborg myself up before I come back and be like, no, I'm gonna live forever. And when we start traveling the universe, I'm a cyborg, so I can just power down and power
Power
up.
down. Like sleep.
Instead of being in stasis, I'm like, I'm really computer, so I can just turn off
That's funny.
for this time period that we're traveling light years away.
I love that.
Or,
Yeah.
but you have a TARDIS, you can go anywhere in the universe anyway, so.
I think you would do well with a TARDIS too, just because like we joked about that you can teleport.
Hmm.
But as someone who's so on the go like you are, like that would help you get anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, like, oh, well, there's all this traffic, not today. And you could just bypass it. I mean, maybe that's like a waste of a TARDIS, but not really.
I
Because,
mean, all he's doing is looking at history and stuff, and
yeah.
it's millions of years of history for him. So there's infinite places to go and things to see, and
Hmm.
that would be the interesting part. Like, I do love history, and I do want to know what really happened,
Hmm.
and things. So that would probably be the benefit of having it, is just to say, oh, let's see what really happened, without the propaganda, without the side who won telling the story,
Hmm.
let's see what really went down. And it might just make us all sad because we were like, oh, this was
Yeah.
bad. And they just hit how bad it was from us.
I never even thought of that. And I mean, some parts of history are already sad.
Yeah.
So can you imagine if
There's
it was
some really
sadder? Yeah.
horrific things that have happened, and yeah.
Yeah, but then it makes you think too, like the Pompeii episode where he mentions that certain things are fixed
Yeah.
and you can't change it. So like you can't go back and prevent like 9/11 technically because it's fixed.
Right.
I would want to go back and
Just
prevent,
fix tragedies here and
yeah,
there, left and
everything.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like not just 9/11, like the Titanic, all those big things that happen. I would want to change it, but it makes you think like, is that a fixed point? Like what would like
And if you do change it, what's to say if something worse wouldn't happen?
was, yeah.
But I also think of what Dexter's dad says in Dexter.
Hmm.
Harry Morgan. He's like, you're not just killing a person, you're killing everything they could have been. So, who knows what those people could have invented or thought of or
Hmm.
whatever, and who knows how much further along we would be. Yeah, we're moving fast to the future now, but a lot of how we're moving seems to be in worse ways.
Hmm.
People are less connected in their um, things are more shallow, and people are very more self-absorbed, and so it's just making for a tougher world where people are doing bad things just because they want what they want for themselves and they're not thinking about the whole.
Mm.
So I know that in the past, a lot of society and stuff was about the whole, not to give stuff to people, but to say, how can we push society, humanity forward? And now it's more like, what can I get for me? And so, maybe if those things didn't happen, we would be further along past this part where it's like me, 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 me,
Hmm.
and back to us, us, us. Let's hit to, let's get to utopia. Let's get to why are we having more wars and stuff, not to get political and all that, but like, why?
Yeah.
Like, we are supposed to be evolving to higher consciousness and stuff so that we can say this, let's push society and humans forward.
Hmm.
And so hopefully, if all those people had lived, maybe that's what will be happening right now instead of where we are. And so you never know. It's a butterfly effect.
The butterfly effect
what
can be so
what little
major or so
baby thing you
minor.
change
Hmm.
could make the whole world worse, or it can make it a
Hmm.
whole lot better. You don't know. You can never know until you do
Yeah,
it.
I know. It makes you wonder if it's something we'll see in our lifetime, any kind of like time travel. Probably not. I often wonder, like, if like, I think it was you who was talking to me about it the other day that we can't travel to the future because that would mean that the future's already established and happening in there.
Yeah.
And like the doctor says in Blink, time is not linear. So technically, the future has occurred in that concept of time travel.
Hmm.
Um, so if it has occurred, why haven't the people from the future been like, hey, maybe we could stop some of these horrific things? So maybe
Yeah.
in the future we learn more about like why those things can't be changed.
Right. Yeah,
And
they have some knowledge that says, oh, if we go back and change, we won't have reached this.
yes, like these things have to have happened for us to be where we are
And maybe they
now.
come back and they just are really secretive about it. And they're like, let's just go check it out and roll out back out.
Plus, two, how would we know?
Right. We wouldn't
So
know
we
if.
wouldn't know. So maybe more horrific things have happened in the future. In
Yeah.
the future, us's have come and fixed it, and we just don't know because it was fixed. Like that
Right.
could be like those Mandela effects,
Hmm.
like, and that's why there are Mandela effects
Because they changed something
we change something from the
after
future.
people knew about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and
And now
that's
you're
why
like,
it's
no,
not.
this happened.
Yeah, and that's why Stouffer's is not. And the stuffing is Kraft and not Stouffer's. That will bother me forever.
Okay. Wow.
Hey,
Yeah, I was thinking more about, Mandela himself, which is named after, not about stuffing.
I think we talked about this last time. You were like astral projecting into other like galaxies, and I'm like la boo boo la boo boo. So there's a difference here, okay?
Okay.
You think major, I think stuffing. I I'm not the person who wanted to use magic for laundry though.
Yes, that was crazy. I was like, wow, really? You got magic. Well, I'm just never gonna have to do laundry again. That's gonna be great. I was like, if that's what makes you happy, I guess.
That's
All
funny.
right. Well, what are you nerding out about recently?
Not too much has changed, but I always like to have a prop and show stuff, and I want to show. Look at what Silver got me. It's a TARDIS, and instantly when I opened it, I was like, "Look, it's the black lettering." I was like, "That's OG," and then I turned it around, and it says, "Night." I don't know if you guys can see 1973 on it, so that made me really happy because I like the original TARDIS. Most people like Matt Smith's TARDIS. I like the color of Matt Smith's. I actually think this one on my shirt might be Matt Smith's. I like the color,
Hmm.
but I like this style better. because usually when it has a little circle on it, that's Matt Smith's because it's the St. John's ambulance sticker. And this one doesn't have that. But anyway, that's so you want me to start talking about fixations? TARDIS. TARDIS, I used to say the term TARDIS all the things because I'm like, you want a cup, make it a TARDIS cup. You want a book, make it a TARDIS book. TARDIS shirt. TARDIS Optimus, because we've done that. I've made different TARDISes. I have a 13th Doctor Grogu at home.
Mm-hmm.
And she's in a little pod. I made her like the pram, Grover's pram into a TARDIS. So TARDIS, all the things. That's always gonna be a forever fixation of mine because I love the TARDIS. It's what got me into Doctor Who, just the concept because I love time travel. Even before the Doctor himself was the TARDIS. That I've always loved. So what are you nerding about?
Well, I was thinking about like AR glasses. I got the X-Real one, but I'm still trying to figure out how to work them right. But they are. I always thought they were gonna be cordless, but they're not. And so what I wanted to do with them was take them out on runs, like watch YouTube while I'm outside, which you can. If I had a later iPhone, I could be able to probably just connect it directly and watch videos on it while I am outside. But right now I have to connect it to like 4 different things for it to even connect to my iPhone, and then I still have to use headset or like headphones to hear the sound because it has its own sound, but it won't play the iPhone sound because it's too many cords, I guess, connecting it. But it was cool when I connect to my computer and I could see like my Fallout game in it, and do like this and turn my head in the game as I turned, and it was kind of like virtual reality. So that was fun about it. So probably that's what I'll use it for, is just having like another monitor. It's pretty much what it is. It's just another monitor that you can connect to a computer or to your gaming systems or your phone or whatever. But you can kind of see through it. So that's what I'm nerding out about right now, figuring out how to work that so I can get all that I want out of it, and it'll be really cool in
Are
the
those
future.
like similar to meta glasses? Is that what they're
What is a
called?
meta glass?
I, I I'm not really sure. I only think I heard the term because someone rode like a roller coaster at Epic,
Mm.
but it was like the pictures were like you were looking through your eyes, and I guess someone in the comments like, "Did you use meta glasses for that?"
Mm.
I'm like, "What in the Dragon Ball Z is meta glasses?"
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's augmented reality. That's what
mhm,
AR stands for. So that's kind of like what Pokemon Go and stuff were
mhm.
using to make Pokemon appear in real life, sort of
Oh,
thing. Which I looked forward to a lot. I'm still waiting for the VR Pokemon because I would play that all day long because I'd be just walking around finding Pokemon
oh,
because I
yes.
love that game so much. And I'm like, in the 90s, I was like, I'm waiting for the VR Pokemon. When's it coming?
Yeah, that
Get
sounds
it,
like fun.
get it here before I'm too old to play. Okay.
Never too old.
But AR glasses are about as close as we have right now. I mean, there are VR things, but they're not really VR, in my opinion. It's really just a screen right on your eyes to
Mhm.
me. And yeah, if you turn your head, their character or whoever turns their head too. So that's what makes it that sort of thing. So, but I would love to, like, how they have it on Lois and Clark, or like Ready Player One, where you have the treadmill on the ground or whatever that
Mhm.
follows your feet, so you never trip or whatever, and you literally have to really run around and really do that stuff, and you can feel it, like if they had the bodysuit where you can actually
Mhm.
feel what's going on,
I need
like
that
not
because I'm
too
always
much,
tripping and falling.
not too much. I don't want to feel too much of what's going on, but just to be like, be a little bit more realistic, to be like, oh
Mhm.
no, this is what's I'm really here and it's really happening. And it'll just be an upgrade from like books and stuff and movies where like, oh, I'm part of the world. Like, no, you're literally put in the world. But even Lois and Clark, where you actually your mind goes in, would
Yeah.
be crazy, and then you have to watch out for people taking the thing off and disconnecting your mind or something.
Yeah, and I feel like if AR got that big, that could happen.
Yeah.
and you don't want to transfer your brain to something.
Well, that goes back to the astral projection thing. Like,
Yeah.
your mind's not in your body.
Mhm.
It's like up here, pretty much. Like, I read something about that
See,
where
she's astral projection, and I'm stuffing. That's just
where your mind isn't literally in your body. It's like not in your brain, and it's your consciousness, and it's around here, but it's not in here.
mhm.
So I think that you wouldn't have to worry about it too much if it really went down to that. So that's what I'm nerding out about, crazy stuff as usual.
I love that stuff. That's like that when we did the holistic convention,
Hmm.
and they talked about like the spirit auras and the different colors like
Yeah,
around us and stuff. I love that stuff. If I could
yeah.
astral project my brain, I
Well,
would be doing
everything's
it.
made out of the energy of the universe. So,
Mhm.
like, even my nutrition guy was talking about um that the people, like the guides or whatever from different worlds or whatever,
Mhm.
they're like they showed the guy the Earth from like 1,000 years in the future, or whatever, and there weren't any buildings or cars or anything.
Wow.
It was back to pristine Earth, but there were still people,
Mhm.
but they didn't have to travel anywhere because they could just go out of their body
Ugh.
and borrow other bodies, like borrow animal bodies, borrow whatever bodies. And then he
Wow.
was like, well, how do they eat if they don't ever have to do anything? And they could just could just pick up dirt and transform it into whatever kind of
Wow.
nutrients they need, because it's all the same energy.
Wow.
So that's where we're supposed to be headed.
Mhm.
So, well, that's it. Thanks for hanging out with us here on Nerd Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe what you're nerding out about, what you love about Doctor Who, your favorite episode, your favorite doctor, all that stuff.
Tell me what meta glasses are. I know I
Yes,
can
what are
Google
meta
it.
glasses?
I know I can Google it, but could y'all like tell me? Because I know I'm not making it up. I'm not a genius,
Right.
so I know it's something.
Well, until next time.
Bye.